is one of my challenges that I have in this wonderful life that I get to live, and the way that I get to show people how to live like this too is I have so many people whose lives have been changed that honestly we could fill up pages, we could create websites just for testimonials, we could do all that, and it's we still wouldn't have enough space. So one of the things I decided to do different tonight is, I know some people, you're watching this, you've heard a couple of the other testimonials, you're hearing me talk, and you're probably starting to go, yeah, but could it happen for me? Could that happen for me? Those people over there, they get the chances, they do the programs, there's a few of them that succeed. I want to blow your mind by bringing you so many people for you to hear from that you have to be sat there going, wow. At the end of this, you have to ask yourself, it can't be by chance that so many people have so many different stories. Their lives have changed so dramatically. Like, I want in on that. I That is possible for me. It is possible for you. It's possible for all of us. I want you to hear from these women, and it's more than money. I know you came here because it's called Money Attraction Challenge, but there's so much more that you don't even know yet that your heart is longing to experience. And I want to show you what's possible through these examples. I just want to do a quick recap, right? We talked about this today. Money moments, memories, experiences, something that happened in our lives, an experience that impacted us in such a powerful way that it's left a lasting imprint on our finances. We talked about this today, right? What were some of your personal money moments? Something happened, just a moment in your life. And for us, we have many, but it was that moment where it was like, I remember that. I remember what I thought. I remember how it felt. Maybe it took a while for you to realize the impact it had on you, but your money moment. I talked about mine today, and I said for me, it was filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It was being a young little girl in church, hearing, how bad money was. And I made a decision, hearing that all the time, every Sunday, that I wanted to be good. So I didn't want anything to do with money. I remember one of my things was wanting a pair of shoes that all of my friends had. I was in elementary school, and you know how fashions come around, and all my friends had these little shoes. And I was like, I want one of those. And I told my mom, and she said, why do you want it? I said, I want it because everybody else has it. And she goes, you're not going to get it. And literally, in that moment, I decided I don't deserve to have the things that I want. Everybody else gets to get it except me, right? And my mom was always we talked about growing up with parents from the Great Depression. My mom was a child of that era. And so she was very frugal with money and very practical about money. And in the moment when she said, I can't have it, I made this this imprint about, I can't use money to get the things that I want for me. So those of you that had trouble spending your money today on you, I totally get it. I had to work through that, from that moment when she said, no, you can't have it just because you want it. Like, that's not reason enough. So I get it. And we talked about what are some of your money moments, and so many of you were willing to be so vulnerable in the chat today. I'm so proud of you, because by shining the light on the moment, you get to start the process of transforming it. So we talked about your money moment, and I said your money moment leads to the story that you tell about money. And that story created in your money moment, you made up a story about money, right? Like, oh my gosh, me as a kid in church, I want to be good, so I don't want to be evil, so therefore I don't want that thing that is the root of all evil. All the stories that we tell, we're going to talk about some of them tomorrow, but the money story that you're telling yourself, and what I wanted to point out was, many of us, we don't even know the story. We don't even we talk about things with our finances, but we don't know the story that we're staying awake at night and telling ourselves over and over and over. Just imagine you have a story running all the time about money, all the time. and you aren't even aware of some of it. Some of it you are. If we start talking about what are your limiting beliefs, you're like, oh, I know them. Well, where do you lack confidence with money? I know them. But the stories that are 95% of your subconscious mind, and you don't even know they're happening, and they're playing in the background, and it's affecting your money behavior. And the thing that I said was, so how does this show up for you? How do you stand for yourself financially? How do you demonstrate that you deserve it? How do you charge what you deserve in your business? How do you ask for the raise that you should have? How do you not settle financially? Your money moment led to a money story, which is causing a money behavior. And I told you today, when I know your money story, I can predict with 1,000% accuracy what your money behavior. In fact, I can predict your bank account. I can predict, here's where it gets scary. I can literally tell you if you have a chance at being financially independent ever when I know your money story. So, what I shared with you all today is because that's so powerful, what you want to be investing in more than anything else in your life is not how to work harder. It's not how to get more education. It's not how to know more stuff. It's how to work on your money story and your money mindset. This is where you change your money story, you change everything. I don't know if anyone's ever told you that, but I'm here to tell you, change your money story and you change everything else in your finances. All right, so there we go. I hope my intention is to break this down for you all and make it really, really simple for you to understand, because there's nothing more heart-wrenching and disempowering than when you're looking at your finances, you're doing everything you know how to do, and you still are not moving the needle. And you're like, I know what that feels like. Your back's against the wall, all that pressure, and you're like, my God, what else do I need to do? And to not know what's causing it is the most disempowering place to be. And you think you have to go work harder. You think you have to get a better opportunity. You think, it's like all this stuff outside of you, and you just keep reaching. I said today, it's like being in a dark room. Just imagine you're in a pitch black room trying to figure out where stuff is. This is what life looks like. You're just in this dark room constantly trying to reach for how to change your finances, not realizing you're in the darkness. You're in the darkness, and you don't know that the stuff in your mind is what's creating the results in your bank account. And that's what I want you guys to understand. So I'm so grateful that there's so many of you here. Please continue to share and tag your friends that are supposed to be doing this challenge and supposed to be on the live tonight. Go ahead and remind them. And what I have in store for you tonight is a little window. So we're going to pull the curtain back a little bit. And I want you to hear from some women. It's all women tonight. Tomorrow we're going to have a guy, but it's all women tonight. And I've invited them because I want you to see what becomes possible when somebody shows you how to work on this money story, when someone guides you to change it, to work on all the things that you've put aside and thought are no longer possible for you. Maybe you haven't even dreamt them. What it would be like to live that dream. And I want you to just think, how did I find this challenge? How did I get here? What do I'm watching this lady. Maybe you've watched me a couple times or listened to a couple lives, and here you are in this challenge. What called you here? I believe every single one of you that are participating, you're here because there's something inside of you that knows more than anything how much you want to change your life. It knows that you have a dream that you've maybe shelved, you've put aside, you've given up on, you've started to think it's not possible for me. That part of you knows you are praying for an answer. You're praying for somebody to show you the way, right? You're longing for a life without staying awake at night, worrying about money and how to make more money, how to pay your bills. You're just longing for, my God, if I could have a week of not worrying about that, that would be amazing. Well, how about the rest of your life to never worry about that? How about you're being called here because you feel like you have lost control and you want it back more than anything? my God, you just want to be happy again. You just want to be happy again. If I'm talking to you right now, if you know you're like, I just keep showing up for these lives. Something is calling me here. Something's pulling me to listen. And Tasha, what you just said, that's me. I just want to be happy. I want to feel at peace in my finances. I want to feel like the dreams that I have, they're possible for me, not everybody else out there, but just I can have my dreams. If that's you, I want you to type yes. Yes, that's for me. That life that you are talking about, that you, Diane and I talked about today, where we literally just spend our time working on our mind to make money, we enjoy life. It's easy. You want that? Yes. That life is for me. I want you to declare it publicly because there's power in saying yes to you. Imagine the universe is watching. Which one of you are saying yes? Just imagine. Yes, I want that. I'm proud to say I want that life. That was what I was created to enjoy. And now I want to share some women who are just like you. They were on a challenge some point, some of them a few months ago, some of them a couple years ago, but they were on a challenge just like you, listening to me just like you. They took the next step and invested in themselves. And I want you to hear what life has been like for them. So, first, I'm going to invite Alan, just because I literally just asked Alan like 10 minutes ago, hey, are you free?
Here I am.
And she's like, well, I think I could get the kids to play with their iPad for a little bit. You know, it's bath and dinner time. So I want you to share first, and just share from your heart, because obviously we haven't been able to prep for this, right? I want you to just remember. So you were doing the challenge, and think about the people watching the challenge right now. I know you've said to me, because I've asked you, like, so what was it that made you say yes to join the program, and you were like, you talked about easy and relaxed. Why don't you share? That's all I'm going to say. You take it away from there.
Yeah, part of it is that it's easy to say yes because if you say no, then what's going to happen? Nothing.
Mm,
And everything is the same. And if you want the same, carry on. But I didn't want the same. I want more. I want better. I want easier. And it is so true that Tasha, you teach us how to have fun. And so, in the beginning of the first part of the program, just having fun and seeing what can happen. And I thought, okay, cool. What would be easy and relaxed in my life? Getting in a garage parking spot when I pick up my kids. That would be really easy. And I'm always running late. There's always bad traffic. There's always stuff getting in the way. That would be easy and relaxed. So, guess what? I'm driving down the highway thinking, I'm so happy and grateful to be parked in the garage. And it feels so good to be sitting in the cool shade and great. And so I'm just going down the highway, and sure enough, whoop, it doesn't matter. I left my house 10 minutes late. There I go, right in the garage. And I just laughed to myself. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
oh my
And that
God.
was just the beginning of like, let's play, let's have fun, let's see what happens. And it snowballs because when you get those little glimmers and those little experiences, they add up. And then learning that you can ask for more, like a good parking spot is one thing.
Yeah, right.
What else? What else could be easier? What else could be more relaxed? And fast forward to even just last week, at the beginning of last week, the biggest thing that really changes and shifts and makes life easier and more relaxed is mindset and what you think about and what you tell yourself when nobody else is around. And in our family, maybe some of you know, we don't have bad days, but we experience contrast. So we aim to stay in the lane of easy and relaxed, but then stuff gets in the way. And it's not our fault, but we live in a crazy world, and so we experience contrast. And I had some contrast come into my world last week. And it felt personal, but I've learned it's not personal. And if it happened to me 6 months ago, it would have derailed me for a long time. It would have gotten under my skin. As my kids say, I would have been super grumpy for a really long time and just stalled. I would have been frozen. But in actually just 2 days, with everything that I've learned from the Money family, from Tasha and all the other mentors, and the entire community. I experienced it, I got through it, I made sense of it. I used all of the parts of the process that we have learned together and came through it. And it came out better than I expected. I was like, well, okay, it'd be really good if I could just, if this would just work out. And then it was so much better. It's not just working out, it's great. It feels amazing. And I'm excited and I'm enthusiastic and optimistic. And I'm so like energized again. And like, if you said, yeah, you can just like turn it around like that, I would say, what are you talking about? You must be Buddha, because it
Buddha.
doesn't. Like, who gets to do that? And it's true. Anybody can do it when you just listen to Tasha.
Oh wow. When you just listen to Tasha. Well, what I hear you saying, right, is that the thing that you got, you heard easy and relax. You heard me and Diane and all of the testimonials that we have talking about this easy and relaxed way to live. And for you, that was the thing that you know, when I said type yes if you want that, you were that girl going, I want that easy and relaxed thing. And so you join the program, and what I, you know, listen to you, and there's so much that you could share because you are really committed to easy and relax. You've become so committed to it now that you're like, huh, this is happening. Do I want more of that? It doesn't feel easy. She's like, no, doesn't feel easy. I don't want that. I mean, can you imagine getting yourself to such a place in life where you're like, wait a minute, I've been working so hard. Oh, you know what? That feels hard. I don't want it anymore. And to know that, to say that, and life is still, you're going to get even better because you said no to hard. You're going to get even better and it's going to be even easier. And the thing, Alan, in your share is that, yeah, bad days happen to everybody. I'm not on here to tell you I'm kumbaya every single moment of every day. But the thing that I tell everybody is I am so grateful that I now know how to change it. I know how to take back control and switch the moment into something even better. And that's what I know that you learned is, you know, you have the power. You now know for the rest of your life, when you have those contrasts forever, you know how to recreate what you want.
Absolutely. It's true. And the easy and relaxed, it ripples out because we don't live in a vacuum. And so the people around us, the people that interact with us, the people that live in the house with us
Your
get to,
kids.
they experience the benefit too.
Oh my gosh, I remember one of your evidence posts was where your daughter wrote a love, like a note, and said, well, mommy, because she's watching, your kids are watching you as you go through this program, right? I tell people all the time, I've never brought my kids up here and go, let me sit you down and teach you how to do this. Never. They just watch me. And if you ask me, Tasha, how can I teach my kids how to do this? I will never tell you to sit them down and say anything to them. What I will tell you is you do it, because kids learn from what you do, not what you say. What's the point of telling them, oh, you can have anything you want in life, son? You can be the most successful. Life can be easy and wonderful. You can make as much money if you work hard. And then you're over there being negative and unhappy. They're like, oh, well, if you know that, why aren't you doing it? Right?
It's
So
true.
they're watching what you do. And your daughter wrote this love note, and it was like, well, mommy, if we're having more love around here, I think I can find some more love. And it was for her brother, right?
Yep.
That just melted my heart. I was
There's
like,
they're 7 and 4, and I never expected that they really would, like, love on each other so openly, and even this morning in the car, they're singing along to Land Before Time, holding hands, and I'm
oh
just
my
like,
gosh.
"Who are you? Okay, I'm glad you're having fun back there."
But what I want everyone listening to hear is, yeah, you know, you're all going to come join the program. You're all going to go on this 120-day. You're going to invest in it for you, but your husband's going to see the results. Your kids are going to change. Like your entire life, your clients are going to start being magnetized to you. Your boss and your coworkers are going to be like, what's up, right? Your friends. In fact, when you join the program, I teach you how you get control of what everybody in your world says. That's some serious power right there. Thank you. Go be with those kids.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you
you
for being
tomorrow.
on with us. Bye. See you tomorrow. All right, you guys. I am going to continue on. I love it. I love easy and relaxed. I love it. Yes. You guys want easy and relaxed? Do you think it's possible for you? Or do you still want to stay committed to working really hard for money? Do you think there's an easier way? One of the ladies I'm going to bring on tomorrow, she was like, there has to be an easier way. There just has to be. Something in me is telling me there has to be an easier way, but nobody is telling me how to do it. That's what we want you to see is there is an easier way. There is a system and a process to follow to get it. And these ladies are going to share with you what it's like on the other side of doing it. So the next committed to working really hard lady that I know is this one. Oh
Hi.
my God. So many of you, I am sure. So Jackie Young Landy, Jackie, your name's not showing so great. By the way, you guys, when you see their names at the bottom of the screen, take note because they're in the Money Attraction community Facebook group. Every one of them, so you can message them, reach out to them, ask them your questions, do whatever you need to do. We're an open book here. Every person that I bring on, what I want you to see is real people just like you who a few months ago did what I'm inviting you to do next and how their lives have changed. This lady, though, her story is like what, 2 years or 3 years ago, right, Jackie?
Yep.
When
Yeah,
I
it's a long
called her
time.
a
Long time.
long time ago. And Jackie is so addicted, because that's the word. She has done the program several times, right?
Can't get enough.
But Jackie, for the woman out there who was raised on the idea that the only way to make it is to hustle and grind. Jackie, you had what, 3, 4 jobs when I met you? How many?
Yep.
How many?
I worked 2 stores and then I worked a graveyard shift on the weekends. I worked 7 days a week.
7 days a week, Jackie was working. Oh, by the way, Jackie is a seamstress. So I just want you to hear her story because for me, I'm going to be very honest with you. Knowing Jackie was a seamstress and she came in and she said, Tasha, I want to make $1,000 a day. Thank you, God, that the one thing I don't do, because this is not my business, is judge, right? So here's this
Yeah.
seamstress saying, I want to make $1,000 a day. Most mentors would have been like, well, how in the world are you going to do that? How can that be possible? I don't care how much money you want to make. I just know how to show you how to do it. That's
hmm
my part, to show you how to get what you want. I don't really care what you want. Doesn't matter because the process and the principles applies, period.
To
And it
everyone.
doesn't, right, Jackie? It doesn't apply if you're a business owner versus if you're a seamstress versus if you work as an admin versus if you have a 10-year, it doesn't matter. The process works wherever you are. All you need is a desire to change your financial reality. So I meet Jackie. She does a challenge. She hear me say it can be easier. It can. And she's like, "What are you talking about? I'm working
Yeah,
7
but I don't have
jobs."
time for this.
So tell them about what happened, Jackie. Tell them that woman who is out there doing that right now. What do you have to say to her?
It is anything is impossible. Anything is possible. You just have to create it and trust the process. And it's not just only in money, in everything that you desire in your life. Everything. But Tasha teach you not now, something better. And you have to keep that energy. You can't be, oh God, I didn't get it. If when you start going into the desperate energy, then you're off of it. You have
Mm.
to keep, oh, something's better is coming along. I don't care. That's not for me. And when you keep that energy, everything is possible. And I have manifested a lot of stuff monetary wise. And I
So
even
Jackie,
created my husband. What?
no, I was gonna say, like, if somebody would have told you when you were working so hard that the
Oh,
way to change your life would be to just do the things that I taught you how to do, right? What would like what would you have said if somebody would have taught you, because you really came on this journey on faith?
Yeah, yeah. I would say that won't work because I believe in my background, you have to work hard. You have to do whatever it takes to make it happen. That's my background. That's how I was brought up. So, whatever it takes, I'm going to do it to get the results. And that was working too hard. That's working too much time, no fun.
And we're
And
all about
my
fun.
priority is fun.
Guys, type that. My priority is fun. That's why
Fun.
you're
I
here.
love to
My
have fun.
priority is fun.
Fun. So,
So we teach you
I
how to
went
do
through your
it.
program. I
Go
went through the
ahead.
program and I followed the process and I can create anything I want. Anything I desire, I can create it. And I even not just even monetary, I even wrote a book. I wrote a book from October to May. That easy. I didn't even thought, a single parent from Jamaica, a good girl, country girl from Jamaica would even write a book. Really? So
You,
you can create anything.
oh my gosh, Jackie, since I've met you, so I know so many of you follow Jackie in our group, right? She wrote a book. She did a TED talk. She started, Jackie has
Build a
probably started
house.
about build a brand
Build a
new
spec
house.
house, over 200,000 profit.
Jack, money oozes out of Jackie, you guys. When I tell you Jackie said I want to make $1,000 a day, in the first 30 days, at the end of the first 30 days out of 120, she was at $856. She averaged a day in the first
Day.
30 days. Then she
That's
stopped working.
one income. That's one income.
That was one income, right? Then as she kept doing the program and she was like, wait a second, I can get it to come easier. And that's it. She didn't know how. She was just like, wait, I can get it to come easier. I'm going to practice what Tasha says to do so
Yeah.
it starts coming easier. She went on. I think Jackie probably have 5 sources of income right now. I don't even know.
I love
All
but I
I know is all I know is I get messages from Jackie on the daily with like her totals for the day. And I'm just like, there is money coming from everywhere into her life. You paid off your cars, you bought a boat, you built $1 million house, you're traveling all over the place. You have how many sources of
bought shares in Mexico.
botch what, right? Like there's so much. There's so much. And Jackie, the reason that I have you on here is I want everybody listening to you and your story to hear everything is possible. I want you guys type in that.
Everything is possible.
Everything is possible. You don't know how yet, but what Jackie, let me tell you and those of you who know Jackie and you've been in the program because she's done it several times. She keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Those of
Mm-hmm.
you who have been in any of them with Jackie, the one thing you can say, Jackie does everything I say to do. If I went to Jackie's house recently because she's a seamstress, so she was doing some stuff for me. I walked to the front door and there's this massive money tree right at the front. And I was like, I know I told her to do that. Put a money tree at your front door. She had this, I mean, everything I tell Jackie to do, she does. And so I want to ask you, like, as you're looking at this woman who that weekend job was at Walmart in the dispatch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Walmart dispatch.
Six midnight to 6:30 a.m. Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, right? Midnight. Then she goes and she works as a seamstress at 2 different locations for the other 5 days a week. Then she was sewing privately on the side. Like she had so many things going on, trying to
Yep.
work
Yep.
hard for money. And I just want you to think about, like, when I tell you about that analogy of you just don't know how to get it easier. You don't know right now, but I want you to
Mm-mm.
know it is possible. And I want you to hear me say, wouldn't you prefer somebody to tell you exactly what to do versus you continuing to try to work hard to create it? This woman here, I know she inspires me every day. She continues to inspire me. That background is her little hot tub in her back $1 million backyard. She has manifested. Jackie, I started thinking I need to charge you commission because you have manifested so much money from doing these programs. But what I love is your lifestyle. Everybody wants your lifestyle, right? You're making money and having fun.
And what I found too, money is an energy. It's constantly moving. And once you jump on that energy and think it's so abundant about, it's never gonna be done. Woohoo! More money coming, baby.
You guys, Jackie has money toilet paper. That's how far she takes this.
Money nails.
Money, she has money everywhere. And yes, Jackie is the one that made my money dress. You guys can't see it when I switch the camera back. Jackie made my money dress for me. Jackie made that money halter top I had on Monday. She's got her own design on today. So if you want one of those, that's where you get it. Thank you, Jackie, for coming on
Thank
and
you.
always being an
Thank
inspiration.
you.
Mwah. Follow
Thank you.
her, you guys. She's amazing. And she'll get you that body that she has. She'll show you how to get that too. All right, you guys. Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you.
All right. So I hope you guys are loving all of this inspiration because there's a lot. There's so much that you don't even yet know. It's like when I asked them to come on to share with you guys, one of the things that I know they're like, Tasha, they don't even know. Like I'm telling you everything's possible, but you still can't even imagine this other way of living. We're all out here doing it, and all we want you to know is come over here, come join, come join this party, come let's live like this. We call it the certain way, living the certain way, and all we want to do is have you join this party. We want you to see that there's another way of life. And I love it. They're like, Jackie, Jackie, Jackie. Money is constantly come and go in my life. I just want to share with you that there's so many other ways, and I'm going to bring another woman on now, who her story is beyond money. It really is beyond money. And when she shared with me what she wanted to manifest, yes, everybody joins for money, but we actually set intentions in 4 areas. I ask you when you join the program, what do you want to manifest in your finances, in your relationship, in your health, and in your spirituality, right? Because what I know is it's not just money, it's all of that. You full and expansive and living life to the fullest in all those areas is what living is all about. And so this woman, when she shared with me, yes, I want money like everybody else, but this is this other thing. I wanted her to come on because there's so many of you that are listening that I want you to see what happens to your families, right? So Christina Maria, first of all, you look
How
beautiful.
are you?
Every time you come back
Thank
on, I'm like, let
you.
me tell her. So I want you to share. I want you to share um, how you did this challenge last time, and you're like, "Oh, I'm signing up for Tasha's program because I want more money." But what did you get?
Well, Tasha, thank you for having me. And thank you for always being available when I text you. But you only get that when you get to a certain level in your program. So watch out, ladies and gents. So when I joined this challenge, obviously it was for money. But as I got deeper into it, I realized that there was something bigger and greater that I desired. And being a married woman, going into my 19th year actually in 2 weeks, it was just something so bigger and deeper that I desired, which was money. Yes, I can bring home some cheese, but what about taking this marriage to another level? And that was during the challenge. And then I decided to join Tasha as well in the program, the 120 days. And what I realized was that the everything that she shared, I applied myself, and then as anal retentive as I am and geekish in so many ways, there were many things, many assignments, but many of them, let's say you have the time, and she says if you could, you don't have to, do everything. But the one thing that I stayed focused, which is what she shared, I applied it in a way that it was so essential, and I saw myself changing from within. And when I saw that change, it was a ricochet effect where my husband started noticing. And what I started realizing is this is bigger than me bringing home money, because something that I learned through Tasha, which is money is energy, as Jackie said it. But I can manifest money, and it doesn't have to be from me. What if it comes from my husband? So and because it's that way, which is if I'm in harmony and I have that level of living that certain way, I'm bringing that into my home. He's feeling that energy. He's flowing into it, and admittedly, I am an alpha female. So one of the things that Tasha has also taught me, which is how to apply my feminine way, how to be soft, how to be gentle. And only this program can show you those fine details. And guess what? Money is still rolling, but never from that space of being desperate,
Yeah.
but flowing, where letting it flow, let the harmony flow in your home, and it will all just unfold and manifest. And that's one big part that I love about, still love about being in this program, which I'm in the elite program now. And something else that I like to share with the viewers, which is if you are that someone that you feel in this, and there's someone that you would like them to join you, bring them along, because I have the honor and the blessing to have brought my sister on board, and for us to share this experience together is phenomenal. I mean, we sit in her backyard, or I live downtown Miami, or here on my terrace, and we just talk about our assignments and how you can just come out of your hole so much quicker, so much faster. It's beautiful. And the one thing that was shared a few days ago, which my sister and we started to apply it, which is it's very easy when you're in the comfort of a friendship, of a sisterhood, and so forth, to vent. You can vent, but guess what? Get yourself out of that hole. And it's like, that's not rich. No, that does not sound uplifting. We are walking out of that one. So, sis, let's end this conversation here. So that's so to me, that's also living that certain way, living in that harmony from within, and just let it all flourish. And I'm rich. I am a millionaire in so many ways, and you know what? The millions they're coming, because the universe is waiting for me to receive them.
Oh my gosh.
I know it because I know it.
So this woman here, let me just tell you, she called me one day, or we were on a call, and she came on a call to share, and she was just in tears because her husband, they have an amazing relationship. Let me tell you, follow her on Facebook. It is like a photo shoot every day. So it's not like their marriage had any issues, but her heart's desire was just for it to be even more amazing. And I was like, gosh, like that is so beautiful. All right, you want money, but to want that so much, I wanted it so much for her too. So she came on the call, and her husband was just observing her changing as she was working on her in the program. And I can't remember what the compliment was that he gave you guys. I think you were at a wedding out of town or out of state or something, but whatever it was, it just like melted you, because it was the reward for the work you had been doing on you, and to know that the man you love more than anything had seen it, that moment of just stepping into yourself as a woman. And the other thing I want you all hearing from Christina's stories, yeah, I share with her about being feminine, because as women, one of the things that we are struggling with is receiving, and to receive is feminine. So you're so in your masculine energy to make ends meet, to, I don't even want to use the make ends meet thing because I want us to raise above that, right? You're so in your masculine to just like grind and get it done and make more money. And then there is this like you're so disconnected from your feminine, which is all about receiving. So you hear conversations like this about people manifesting, and you want to manifest and you know about all the law of attraction, but your receiving is like this because you're out of your feminine. And it's for men and women. We all have both masculine and feminine, right? But to receive, the thing you want the most is for money to come easy. So you want to receive it, but you're so like this in the feminine part of your being. And that's, just some of the priceless things that you get from being on this journey. Christina Maria, mwah, beautiful woman, you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. And Monica, shout out to Monica, her sister, who I'm sure is watching. Thank you, thank you, thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, so I'm going to leave them on because I want you guys to ask questions, right? So I want you to start posting any questions that you might have. Angie, oh my gosh, Angie said, this program changed my marriage too. And if you guys have been following me, I had Angie on a few weeks ago, and Angie was the one who said she stopped looking at her investment statements. Do you guys remember? We were talking about how she said she was treating money like it were a lover, and she was saying, yeah, man, it's okay. Oh, there was my Jamaican accent. Yeah, it's okay. You can go wherever you want to go. I'm not going to pay any attention to you. She didn't open her statements for 16 years. And in 16 years, her money had not grown a penny. She had over $300,000 that had not grown in 16 years because she hadn't been given it any attention. She joins the program after the challenge. And yes, money has, you heard her on that call say just that week she had manifested 90,000. Her money has grown. All this amazing money stuff happened. But her marriage, to me, that is priceless. I can show you how to make money over and over and over as much as you want. I can show you how to become an ATM. I love doing it. I want to do it. But I want you to hear this is more than just money, because money is just a vehicle to what you really want. That's all it is. And you know what you really want? You want to be happy and you want to feel peace. That's what you really want. And money is just part of how you get to that. So I want you guys hearing, as you're knowing you're going to be in this next 120-day program. I want you knowing you're going to be investing in yourself and changing yourself, and the money is going to come, but you're going to get so much more. Isn't it amazing to make an investment in something like your money mindset and be on here talking about, oh, my marriage got saved, my kids are more loving, my friends have changed, I've up-leveled myself. That's what I want for all of you. I want you all on here as testimonials the next challenge. And it's kind of funny because some of the ladies that are on tonight, when I did the last challenge, I said, so who's going to be on next time as the next testimonials? And if you notice, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm bringing people back who came into our program from a challenge. So you can see, as you're watching right now, what are you going to be on here next time around talking about? Are you ready to up level to that version of you? Are you ready for that? I asked you earlier today on the live, if you want to change your money story, if you want to come on this journey, if you want easy and relaxed, if you want happiness and peace and for money to flow, I asked you, could you type the word story? And what that's going to do, when I asked you earlier, was give you a chance to book a call to talk with us about joining our program. But tonight I want to give you another way to get access to that. Those of you, there's hundreds of you that type the word story, so I know you're ready for this. If that's you, I want you to go ahead and go to helpmegetrich.com, or we're going to post a link in the comments. We're going to pin it to the top of the comments so everybody can see it. You can either use the link in the comments to book a call and come on this journey with us, be part of this family, this wild, crazy life that's fun and easy and money flowing in ways you've never even imagined. You can't imagine right now what it's going to be like, but I know. So if you know you're ready for that, go ahead and book a call with us, helpmegetrich.com, or look for the link in the comments, click it. I want all of you. I want to change your life. I want you to be on here next time we do this talking about, I did the challenge in August and oh my God, my life. I can't even, like Gail said, my life is unrecognizable in a few months. How long have you been waiting? And how much longer do you want to wait? Yeah? All right. Now for this amazing woman. Her name is Joy, which is really appropriate. And today is a special day for Joy because, again, Joy found me during a challenge. She did the challenge just like you. She joined the program. But guess what? Today is a special day and it's so coincidental. I messaged Joy and I said, Joy, will you come on here Tuesday night with me? And she goes, that's the day of my special thing happening. So, Joy, what I want you to share is for the people out there who you're going to share your special thing, but for the people out there, because I spoke to someone today, she goes, I've done so many programs. I have done so many. I follow so many influencers. I've read every book. I'm subscribed to this and that. I've done it all. And I still haven't manifested anything. Still haven't gotten to where I want. Talk about you finding us and what that's been like for you.
So I'm excited to say now it's been a year since I've been in your community and family, and it's been the most amazing year ever. And as you said, like I have done Marie Forleo's B School. I've done Jack Canfield's programs. I'm a certified train the trainer with the Canfield Corporation. I'm a serial entrepreneur. So everybody would think, oh, she's rolling in the money, but that wasn't necessarily the case. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't have, that reserve account. I couldn't figure out what was I doing wrong. And so even with all of that training and education and all that self-improvement, I was still feeling like I was just on the same old treadmill. So when I did your challenge last August, I had the most success in that 5 days that I had ever had. And I was like, wow. And I saw Veronica post down here earlier. She's like, I'm not sure that I can afford it. And I'm like, I was that person too. And so guess what Joy did? Because Tasha said, you'll get your money back. It will come to you. You have to trust the process. So I charged it on my credit card for one of my companies. And guess what? I got my money back. So of course.
Times a few.
Yes. And then I did the second program as well, which was even more amazing because of that second program. And again, it was that same thing was, okay, I'm going to get this money back. Like this is an investment like anything else. And so in June of this year, I decided, even though I had done vision boards and I've done all the things, what I learned here too Diane said this to us in a class, because everybody talks about visualize. Well, I couldn't close my eyes and visualize things. Like it frustrated me to no end. Like, why can't I see stuff? And Diane says, feel it. I had the biggest light bulb moment by saying, feel it. So once I started feeling what it was like to have all those things, then things started rolling even bigger. So I had visualized that I was going to, with one of my companies, make all this money and pay off the building that I bought, pay off the debt I had of the one company so I didn't have to worry about money anymore. I would downsize that company and I would work on my coaching. So guess what? It didn't happen like that.
And I was like, that sounds really hard.
You're
telling me your plans and I'm like, right? I can't sign up for that. That sounds really hard.
No, and I wanted easy and relaxed. And so I think it was June of this year. I said, you know what? God prompted me to put a for sale by owner sign in the front yard of my building. So I did. And within 2 weeks, I had 2 people call me about the building. The second guy said, I'm going to call you tomorrow with a cash offer. So I threw a number out there, big number, because it wasn't anywhere near what I paid for the building. And he called me back and he's like, he gave me an offer and I couldn't refuse. I said, sold. So, I mean, it took a while because, they have 30 days to go through it. He sent out all these people to the building, inspectors and engineers and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Wasn't worried a bit. Everything went through. It was so easy and relaxed. It was ridiculous. And even the closing, I show up at the closing and they're like, well, you didn't really need to be here. I'm like, yes, I do. I need to give him the keys and get my big fat check. And she's like, well, we have to give you the check later on today. I was like, okay. So even though we visualized it sliding across the desk, I did, however, slide it across the desk to the banker to put it in the bank. And I have the deposit slip to prove it. And the fun part about the whole thing, though, was you said we'll get our money back for our investing in the program. My due diligence check was the exact amount. And I sat and looked at it and I was like, easy and relaxed.
Wow.
Exact amount.
So
So
what I
you
want,
like trust the process. It works. I'm like, and I'm doing stuff I never would have thought I would be doing.
and you look amazing, by the way. I don't know what's happened over the whatever, but you look amazing.
I'm rich.
She's like,
Money,
of course you look
money
great.
looks good on me.
Money looks good on me. That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I got from listening to you, Joy, which I think is something I want to point out when people say, I've done so many other programs. Why is this different?
Mhm.
Just imagine you're doing all the things everybody says to do. But Joy said, but that's not working for me. And then we told her, well, do it this way. That one little thing made all the difference for her. So what I can tell you, if you've done a ton of programs, me too. I've spent way over $300,000 investing in me. What Diane and I did is we created a program that's everything we would have wanted. Everything we would have wanted. And I would have wanted mentors who were really in it with me. This morning, I called someone, one of our clients, who I don't want to say her name because I don't think this is public knowledge yet, but I'm getting ready for this. I got to serve thousands of people on a live, right? And we're texting and she's telling me an update. She's like, do you remember when you helped me set an intention for a relationship? I said, of course I do. Now, this was months ago. I'm like, because I remember everybody's everything. So I'm like, of course I do. She goes, well, it's manifested and it's this person. I was like, I need to call you right now. So we get on the phone. I'm like, all I want to call you for is to scream with you because I'm so happy for you. What I want for me, I want for all of you. I want you to know that this little difference here of people who genuinely care about what you want for yourself is what I can tell you is different about this program. We genuinely care about your desires. I'm not going to judge what you want. I just want to show you how to get it.
And let me say, like, these ladies are the real deal. Like, they're the most genuine, caring coaches I've ever dealt with. And I've been in a lot of places. They do generally care. Like, you're not going to go wrong here. You just aren't. I can't wait to do the next one.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for being on. And you're rich. You
I'm
did
rich.
it. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Joy. One of the things, when Joy and I worked on, she wanted to sell this business. She was talking about like, I want this much money. That's what she said. And she had a whole plan of how she was going to get the money. And I was like, well, why do you need to be so focused on how you get the money? Like, why are you going to stress yourself out about working all this? The bottom line is you want the money. So let me show you how to write an intention, how to create a vision, how to do all this so that you have the money come to you easily. That is where the magic happens, when you know what to do. You heard from Jackie Young Landy earlier. This woman does every single thing I tell her how to do. Everything. And it shows in her life. But what if she didn't have me telling her what to do? This woman, who is now like multimillionaire status, would be working graveyard shift and her seamstress, all her different, stores that she was working at, and really grinding for her money. And the fun that she wants to have, she wouldn't be having. All the differences, it's you're one conversation away from changing your life. One conversation with the right person from changing your life. Think about that. And this is really all I'm asking of you is you've been on here for 2 days now. Is it us? Are we the ones for you? One last lady for you. Another Jackie. So Jackie, oh my gosh, I invited you on tonight for lots of reasons, but you're that woman who you weren't really struggling for money. Like, it wasn't like you were in desperate need. I mean, you're a chiropractor, you have a successful practice, you're doing really well, but you're watching this challenge. And I remember when you joined, actually, it was a Monday after we had done the challenge the week before.
That's right.
And you called up and you're like, all right, I want in. But we met in Atlanta. And I remember when we met, I was showing you how to write that love letter to money, I think, and how to create a money manifested board. And here you were in your success, sitting in that room, just bawling tears. And Angie's on here too. So I'm sure Angie remembers. What was that about, Jackie? Why were you crying? Like,
I think I think I was stuck in the mindset that I had to work so hard. I had to
Mm.
work so hard, and I didn't have a deserving mindset. I just didn't feel like I deserved it. I didn't know why I was working so hard and really wasn't getting where I wanted to be. And when we wrote that letter, I really could see how I was not um, I didn't think I deserved it. I didn't think it would stay. I didn't think I should. I remember even distinctly because I remember saying to myself, well, I'm just going to be that person, that doctor that, just take that just doesn't make a lot of money. I'm just going to
Pause.
work. I know,
Pause.
but I did that. I did
And
that.
the reason I want you to pause is like we keep these conversations real. Like I know I did that too. I'm just gonna be the girl from Jamaica who just like
Yeah.
gets
I'm going
by.
to take care of everybody that really can't afford my care because they
Yeah,
need it so bad. They don't
yeah,
know that they need it so badly
yeah,
because
yeah,
I need to serve them. So, but I remember thinking that and thinking, okay, no, God, I almost breathed a sigh of relief because I thought, okay, that's just my destiny, and that's okay. But
yeah.
that wasn't it, and so
We're not
I
created for that, right? We
no,
are created to serve and be abundant.
that's right. So yeah, writing that letter really made me see that. Made me, and doing the vision board. I remember Stephanie, my friend, called me up and said, "Hey, come up and do this vision board." I drove 100 miles. It was pouring down rain,
Yep, I
and
remember.
yeah, it was the best decision I ever made. It was fantastic. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's so much I want you to share. I'm just going to stick with, all right. So you come in, you're opening up to this idea that you deserve more, right? You have a successful practice, but you're in the program and we are now turning on your dreams.
Yeah.
Like your
Yeah.
dreams, I don't even know if you had them buried or you had given up on them or you didn't even know you had them, but that idea of, oh
I
my
was
gosh,
dog paddling. I was
yeah,
dog paddling. That's what
yeah,
I was doing.
yeah. But like, oh my gosh, there's so much more that I could have. There's
Mhm.
so much. I'm already successful. There's so much more that I could have. And no matter where you are listening to this, there is so much more that you could have. Do you want, like I read this book called The Traveler's Gift, I think it's called. And it was this story, I've never forgotten it, where this man dies and goes to heaven. And he's asking the angels, like, what are all these unopened boxes in this room? And he was like, oh, those were the blessings that all
Yeah.
these people, it was meant for their life, but they never got it in
Right.
their lifetime. Me, I want everything that I was meant to
Yeah.
have while I'm
Yeah.
alive, right?
Right. And what you taught me was to get so clear. I can get so clear. And when I know that I'm so clear, it just drops in like that. And I think that's the way it's supposed to be for everybody. I think we just have to really clear our path and it just shows up. It just shows up. And thank God that you've shown me that the
Oh
way
my
to do that.
And so here you are. What are some of the things that you've
Oh
manifested?
my gosh. I manifested, I think after the first month of starting that, I'd manifested $150,000. I manifested, I remember distinctly standing in my kitchen and cooking breakfast. And I had this overwhelming feeling come over me, like nothing I'd ever
Remember
had
that?
before.
I remember
Yeah.
that. You posted
And I
about
was like, what was that? I wasn't thinking anything. I was scrambling eggs. And I picked up my phone and on Zillow, which I've been looking for a house in Florida for years, like always, you get these things. There was my house. There was my house. And that was that overwhelming feeling and I wouldn't have been able to been open to that had I not been doing this work. I don't know that it would have dropped in like that. It dropped in. I saw it. I took inspired action. That minute, I called the realtor up and said, I'm really interested in this house. I think I'll come down on Friday. He said, it won't be there by Friday. And I put an offer in right then. And what I had wanted was, I'm so hard to get my kayak on top of my car. I said, I want a house that I can just take my kayak across the street. That's what it was. So I
all.
put it
I want
up.
clarity. I want a house on the water. I can just buy the water. I can take my kayak
That's
across.
right. I don't have to drive it, load it up, carry it. It's too much trouble. So that's what I got. I put an offer in that day. That's my house. You see me post pictures. I go sunrise, sunset. You know,
You're
just
like
love it.
living your dream. And
I
now
love
you're even, the thing that I love, what I want you guys to hear is we keep going, this idea, if you've been living that kind of life where it's like, oh, well, there's just this level for me. No, I want to shatter it and show you there's
Yeah.
and you keep going. Like Jackie's on here, the other Jackie, my God, that woman just keeps going.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're greedy. You know what it is?
Mhm.
We deserve it. You deserve it. That's why you were created. Your only reason for being here is to live out God's desires that He's placed in your heart. And those desires are infinite. They're not bad. You're not wrong for wanting more money and wanting more wonderful experiences and wanting to travel and live easy and have lots of money in the bank. No, you were created. Those things brings you happiness and joy and peace and contribution to others. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? So I want to ask you, Jackie, like now, one of the things that you said recently, which just blew me away, I was so proud of you, is you decided to sell your practice, right? And you were like, you know what? I'm just deciding there's still easier ways to make money. There's still
Yeah.
even more. Like you just stood for, I deserve it. Even doing all, manifesting all this, I still feel like it can still be even easier.
Yeah.
And you really
Yeah.
just, I'm going to stand for it.
Yeah. And I think I almost thought in the beginning, I thought, well, I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm not doing this for my business. If I'm not doing this because I'm all about my business all the time. And I kind of felt lost. I thought, wow, what am I going to do? But then I realized it's really all about me and how do I want to feel and what I do in my business and how I care for people is really what you're helping me do now is really learn how to live life, not just learn how to work, even though I love what I do, but now I get to love me and figure out that.
Oh. I'm remembering the retreat when you had that moment right there that you have right now where you're like, I'm figuring out how to love me. How to love me and how to live life fully. And this woman here, she's like, Fridays, I'm in a swimsuit. That's my life. That's my dream life. That's the way I want it.
That's it.
Right? On Fridays, I'm just in my swimsuit. Somebody's mowing my lawn, somebody's cleaning my house.
That's right.
And I got a glass in the pool. That's my life, right?
You're right. Yeah.
That's it. And we have manifested some great things together, Jackie.
We
Thank
have.
you for
We
being
have. I love
on.
you.
I love you too. Thank you for being on and sharing. So guys, I'm hoping you've been inspired. I'm hoping that you've been inspired and you're asking yourself, what does my dream life look like? And isn't it time that you live that life? Isn't it time that you step into that life? And I'm here to tell you that the only thing standing between you and that life is not how to work harder. It's not how to figure out how to hustle and grind and make money and do all that. The only thing standing between you and that dream life is you just need somebody to show you the steps. I needed somebody to show me the steps. All of the people that you've heard from, they've all followed the same steps. And you know what happens after you learn the steps? You have it for the rest of your life. Forever. You have it forever. Anything you want, you can have. So those of you that you've been listening and you are like, what else am I waiting for? When am I going to stand for me and what I want? That riles me up. Every time I ask myself that question, when am I going to stand for me and what I want? Well, how much longer are you going to not stand for you and what you want? What else are you going to make come in the way between you and your dreams? I just want to inspire you. If you've been listening to all this and something in your heart, I'm not here to do anything other than inspire you and show you real people like you and me, and you hear my story. I'm just here to show you that there's a whole other way. And if you feel like I am the person to guide you to live in that dream of yours, to opening back up to dreaming, to living the financial reality that your heart desires, then I'm just saying you're the one, you're one conversation away from changing your whole life. A life that is beyond what you're dreaming of, that you won't even recognize yourself 6 months from now. The question is, do you want that, or do you want to stay, like Alan said, why would you say no? Saying no is saying you want to stay the same. That really is the way I look at it too. So if you know that I'm your person and you want to talk about how you can join our program that we're starting in September, go ahead and type helpmegetrich.com or look for the link. Look for the link in the comments. I know we're posting, my team's posting everywhere. Look for the link in the comments, click on it. Make sure you get a spot because they're going to go really fast. You see how many people watching these lives, and we only have a limited number in the group. Every time we do a group, we have a limited number that gets access. So make sure you're amongst the first to start booking so we can talk to you and show you, get you enrolled, get you ready to go. All right? And then all I want you to think about tonight is this. Like Jackie said, I taught her how to become really clear about what her dream life really, what she really, really wanted, right? And I gave her permission to go for it. And then I showed her how to get it. So step number 1 for you tonight, your homework. Man, Jackie says her dream life is a swimsuit on Fridays in a pool with a nice little glass of something sweet and merry in her hand. That's her dream life, right? To take off every Friday and just be whatever she wants to do. It's different for all of us, but what is your dream life? What is the dream life that you want? Start thinking about that tonight, because I know you're all going to be in this program and I'm going to show you how to get it. Mwah. I love you guys. I hope you've seen all of the people that you've seen their names so you can find them in the group, go message them. Please be respectful because there's so many of you watching, but I want you to know that they've shared from their hearts. And if it's just like a specific question you want to ask, reach out to them. But what I want you're going to have so many others coming on this week. What I want you to know is, come on, you guys, let's do this. Helpmegetrich.com is a website to go to, or click the link to book a call. Let's do this together. Mwah. I love you. Go dream a magical, wonderful dream. Like, if you guys are going to do it, dream big. Mwah. I love you. And thanks to all the ladies that were on tonight, all of you watching. Mwah. See you tomorrow at 12 Eastern. Bye, everyone. Good night.